Hey there, friends. Welcome back to another Dinkum Build video. Some of you may recall that a few weeks ago, I did a live stream with Jersey Games and we built a coffee shop on his island. And then a few weeks later, I built it on my island. Well, the coffee shop franchise is expanding. Our good friend in the Dinkum community, ElmntrxBuilds, otherwise known as Benny, reached out to me and said, hey, I'd really like you to come work on a project with me. I'd like to do your coffee shop on my island in this area that I'm going to designate as my LGBTQIA square. I thought that was an amazing idea. And of course, any opportunity to work with the amazing Benny is, you got to say yes to, regardless of what's going on. So I came over and we started building. I didn't show all the steps in terms of the dirt printing and everything because it was basically the exact same kind of layout as the one that Jersey and I did and the one that was on my island. But the places where we did a lot of changes, I did leave most of that in. Obviously, Benny wanted to make this fit his vibe and aesthetic, and I said, let's go for it. Let's make all of these just a little bit different, because I've had a lot of people ask about doing coffee shops on their island, and I feel like, if we make it a little different every time, still kind of looking like it belongs in the same franchise, but everybody puts their own personal spin on it. I think that's going to be amazing. I love all the ideas that Benny came up with. I'm just supervising at this point, as you see, just standing here watching him do his thing. It was really fun to spend time with him and talk through his process and figure out how he, works and how he designs and builds. The idea here is we've got this coffee shop. It's sort of like the anchor for this entire like city block, courtyard build, whatever you want to call it. And eventually there's going to be other buildings like a restaurant or a bar or a nightclub or a bookstore or you name it, whatever strikes his fancy. He wants to involve other people in the Dinkum community, other creators and other just builders alike, to come over and, build a little something on his island. And I think that's going to be really exciting to see all the different things he does. We'll have to come back over and do like a little follow up once all the buildings are in place and he's got it where he wants it and likes it. Benny plays completely vanilla and doesn't use dev commands. All of his builds are completely natural with grinding out all the resources to make the items, and I think that's amazing. Although he did let me do a little cheating here. Just so that we could build it, in about a 3-hour time frame. Here we are just kind of doing the, final walkthrough. This little spot right here where we're coming out, that's going to connect to the next building. So it's going to be like a traditional city block where the buildings maybe have just a tiny little alleyway in between them, or they're connected in some way, which I thought was a really, really cool idea. Again, I'm really excited to see where he takes this entire thing in the future once he gets all his other builds kind of in place. And I'm going to go back and do like a little mini tour and do a follow-up and show you guys. And this is what it looks like in the daytime. I love his little road or sidewalk or whatever you want to call that down there that is in the rainbow LGBTQ flag colors. And at nighttime with the colored floor lights, it really, really pops. So while this may look a little unfinished on the back end, trust that there's going to be buildings connected to all of this and it'll all, work, I'm sure, seamlessly together. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see who else he asks to help out and see the finished result when it's all done. I had a great time working with Benny. I was so honored to be invited to come and be a part of this little project and spend time with him, get to know him and, hear about his process and how he got into Dinkum and all the things. If you guys ever get a chance, you should go check out his island tour. I believe Katie Gentleman did that a while back. He has just got some phenomenal builds. I mean, he just thinks in such an imaginative way and uses items in ways that I had never even considered using them. So you guys should really check him out. He needs a channel of his own. One day we're going to talk him into it and have him show us all the things on his island and the way he builds. I think everybody would really enjoy that. So I hope that's a reality one day in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I look forward to building the franchise on other people's island. It's so exciting to see everybody take a thing and change it and make it theirs and customize it and give it just enough personality that it looks a little different, but it looks like it all belongs in the same family. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap up this little speed build of the coffee shop franchise with Benny. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and I'll see y'all in the next one.